is it even possible for someone to recover from addiction? Or is it so ingrained that only a select few are able to do it?
Oh, very, very deep question there, certainly. Thank you for that honest question. I think, number one, the simple answer is yes. It is very possible to recover from addiction. It happens all the time. Now, when we say recovery, I think it's important to also understand what recovery means. I think, many years ago, if you were to go back, say, 15, 20 years, even maybe within the last 10 years, you'd probably find a lot more definitions of recovery. And, some people would say, well, you sort of graduate from the process of dealing with that addiction and then you never face that again. More and more studies show and more experiences show through the therapeutic process that the reality is recovery is a lifelong management process. And so, yes, recovery can happen. Absolutely, it can happen. There are great people who recover or are in the process of recovery throughout their lives and feel like they've definitely accomplished amazing things in that process, meaning that they can manage that behavior. I think it's important to know that, especially with something like sexual addiction that involves such a very core element of our human, limbic processes, that the ability to manage that behavior is in fact a lifelong requirement because it's ingrained in us. The sexual response is part of who we are, and so knowing that is part of being a human being, that's literally attached to our survival instincts as human beings. Knowing that can help us to understand the nature of it being a long-term, lifelong process. But definitely, I think what really is important to know about in terms of recovery is that you can find peace. That's the bottom line that I think most people would say that would more often than not would actually define recovery is, can I manage the behavior and can I find peace? And so I would definitely say, without a doubt, you can find peace and you can find the ability to manage that, be able to balance those brain-oriented, the limbic responses that come with that sexual behavior and that sexual instinct, to feel good about it, to feel positive, to feel like there's hope and there's progress, a lifelong process that can happen that brings great peace and balance in one's life. You can, essentially manage it to the point where the negative consequences that come with addiction can be essentially mitigated so that there is great peace and balance and happiness in life. So, very good question. I think that comes with a lot of concern that individuals who struggle for a long time are not able to feel like they're making progress. Some of that, I guess I would kind of branch over into another area to answer that question. Some of that has to do with the idea of willpower. Many people will struggle with willpower. Willpower is useful to an extent, but it has limitations. We can sort of white knuckle it, as we call it, to do our best to get through something, and sometimes we may be successful and other times not. And so the idea behind recovery in a therapeutic sense is that it's not just a matter of holding tight and using willpower to get through a trigger or a situation that's difficult. It's definitely gaining abilities beyond just a willpower to be able to find greater peace with that.
I want to echo that because just in the experience that I've had helping with people online, I've seen absolutely tremendous success with people who say that they weren't going to be able to do that. How could we help them? And then we just told them, give us a try. It's not going to hurt you. And they did, and now some of them are 2, 3, 4 years sobriety of not actually even acting out, which is phenomenal, especially with somebody who's gone 52 years of continuous acting out. So can you find recovery? Absolutely. I echo that 100%.